What are we going to do? We don't have enough money to take care of our children and feed them.
I know, we can take them into the forest and leave them over there. This was the beginning of the day, deep in the middle of the forest, in a small little cottage. In that small little cottage, there lived a small family, Hansel, Gretel, and their parents. They were very poor and had hardly enough money for food and water. Their father was a woodcutter and he didn't earn a lot of money. The children had heard their parents talking and were worried. What are we going to do? I don't want to be stuck in the middle of the forest.
I have a plan. Let's take pebbles in our pockets, and tomorrow when our father takes us into the forest, we will leave them behind us, and then we can follow them back home.
And that's exactly what they did. The next day, early in the morning, the father took them deep into the forest. But they put the trail of pebbles behind them. When their father had gone, they followed the trail of pebbles back home. When they came, their parents were shocked to see them.
I think when we can leave them tomorrow into the forest, and we'll take them much deeper into the forest tomorrow.
The children had heard their parents talking again and were very, very scared because they had used up all their pebbles. They sat and thought for a while, staring at some birds pecking on some seeds. Then, I have a wonderful idea. We can use some seeds tomorrow.
That's a great idea. I would have never thought of that.
They picked up a lot of seeds and put it in their pocket. They thought it was a great idea, but it wasn't. The day after that, when their father took them deep into the forest, this time when they laid out the seeds, when they stopped, their father went back and then they turned around and all they saw was a bunch of birds pecking on seeds. What are we going to do? The birds have eaten all the seeds. Hansel and Gretel were lost deep down in the middle of the forest. They were scared, but they thought and decided that to look around for a while, and then they walked around for a while and then they reached an area where there were a lot of trees and bushes.
I can smell something so yummy. It smells like chocolates and candies and ice cream.
When they went to the other side, Hansel exclaimed, I can see a gingerbread house. You were right. It's made out of all different types of candies and chocolate. They went closer and started eating it. Now, this stuff is so delicious.
It's just like a dream.
At that moment, when they were eating lollipops, a witch popped out and locked the children into the candy cradle.
I am going to fatten you up and eat you.
The witch locked Hansel up into the cage.
Little girl, help me heat the oven so I can cook your brother.
Gretel was worried, but she still thought of a plan. Then, with all her strength, she pushed the witch into the oven. Then Gretel unlocked her brother and helped him out. They saw a treasure chest full of all types of different jewels and gold. We can take some of the jewels and gold, and then we'll have enough money for food and water.
Then Mom and Dad won't have to leave us in the forest again. Yay!
So they picked up the box of jewels and started to find their way back to the forest. While they were doing that, at the house, their parents were feeling sad and were missing their children.
Oh, I'm feeling so sad. I miss my children. Shouldn't we go and look for them?
Yes, that's a good idea. Even I miss them a lot. The parents went to look for them and they all met in the forest.
Hansel, Gretel, wow, you're safe. Thank goodness. We're so glad to see you. We're sorry we left you in the forest. Now we feel bad that we did so. We will never leave you in the forest ever again. What's that you have in your hands?
The children told them the whole story and then they went back home. And they lived happily ever after with their gold and they were never hungry again. And their parents never ever thought of leaving them in the forest.